Two Les Pauls, $2,000 price difference between these two guitars. One's an Epiphone, one's a Gibson. We're going to find out which one is going to win this shootout today, right here on GearGasms. Hi kids, welcome to GearGasms. I'm your host Alan Barnes, and today we're going to be doing a shootout between the Epiphone and the Gibson Les Paul. These two guitars look a lot alike. There's a big price difference between the two of them. We're going to run them clean, we're going to run them crunchy, we're going to run them dirty, let them go head to head, let them do battle, and then we'll figure out for you which one might be the best. Before I forget, t-shirt shout out time. I'm wearing my Keith Richards is my spirit animal t-shirt, and why wouldn't Keith be my spirit animal? He drank gallons of booze, he did tons of drugs, he banged all kinds of dirty leftovers from Mick Jagger, and he's still alive at 94 years old. Who wouldn't want to be Keith Richards? We're going to get right into the head-to-head matchup between these two guitars, one from Gibson, one from Epiphone, but first, the data. Two guitars very similar looking, very similar in construction and materials. One, of course, is an Epiphone Les Paul. The other is a Gibson Les Paul. There's at least a $2,000 price difference between the two, despite how much they look alike. They both have mahogany backs with maple tops. They both have humbucking pickups. They both have the same electronic controls, two-tone, two-volume, rosewood fingerboard, trapezoid inlays. The pickups on the Gibson are Alnico 5 Burstbucker Pros. The pickups on the Epiphone are ceramic Epiphone branded pickups. Moving up the neck to the headstock, of course, you can see slightly different shape. The Gibson has locking Grover tuners, and the Epiphone has the old-fashioned Clouson style tuners. Okay, this first segment we're going to be running them clean, just doing a little bit of clean playing, a little bit of clean rhythm, and a little bit of clean lead, going through a couple pickup combinations for both guitars. Now we're going to get into some dirty fun. We're going to march through 4 different tones on 2 different guitars. We're going to use Paradise City by Guns N' Roses kind of as the test song. We're going to start clean, then come to the big chords with the crunch. We're going to the lead with the neck pickup and a distorted sound. And finally the bridge pickup for the opening crunchy riff. Should be a lot of fun. ZZ Top's Cheap Sunglasses, another great guitar riff. We'll run that riff through both guitars, all three pickup positions, so you can hear the difference. We're going to see how these two guys rock up against each other with one of the great rock songs. A lot of fun to play in a Les Paul, Rock and Roll Hoochie Coo. We're going to put these two guitars head to head and let you decide which one you like better. Another classic, Led Zeppelin, The Ocean. We'll go through the riff and then the chords with a very dirty Marshall and see which sound you prefer. Now that the shootout is over and the smoke is cleared, which one did you prefer? Of course, there's some intangibles here that you can't judge just from a video. Certainly the sound comparison is a valid one, but there's also things like feel, there's things like smoothness of the knobs, electronics, how well does it stay in tune, how well is it finished, minor things, minor differences in the pots, the pickups, the manufacturing, how does the neck feel, how does the fingerboard feel, how well do the tuners work, how well does it stay in tune, is the nut cut properly. One of the things that surprised me, and I'll put a picture up right here of the waveforms from the DAW, in particular on the clean tones. There's one I'll show you in particular, I think it was Paradise City, where you can see very clearly how much louder the Epiphone Les Paul is than the Gibson, and that has to do with the much hotter ceramic pickups that are in there. But that difference went away once we got into more distorted sounds. They were pretty much evened out in terms of volume, but there was a noticeable difference in the cleans, how much louder the Epiphone was due to the pickup type. Now, as far as how I feel about it, I think the Epiphone Les Paul is a very, very good guitar. I think it's a great value. It has been for 20 years. They seem to keep getting better and better. They've gotten really good at doing those. You can gig with that. You can do anything you want. It'll feel like a Les Paul. It'll sound like a Les Paul. You can save yourself a lot of money. The guitar in this video is my second Gibson Les Paul. The first one I had was a tribute that I didn't love, but this is a standard, a 2016 Gibson Les Paul standard. I absolutely love it. I love the Burstbucker Pro pickups. I love the fact that they're not wound as hot. They really show a lot of personality in the cleans that I don't think I can get from the Epiphone. But if you're the kind of person that just likes to stomp on the distortion pedal and rock and roll, either one of these guitars will get you where you need to go. I think the Epiphone Les Paul, again, is a fantastic value. I am curious what you think. I'd love to see in the comments which one you liked better and why. I'd like to hear what your thoughts are and the different sounds, the different pickup combinations, which one you preferred. Were you surprised? Did you already have a favorite, and did that favorite come out on top in your mind? Confirmation bias? Or did you keep an open mind and say, you know, I thought I was going to like this guitar more and I ended up liking the other one? I think they're both great. Don't forget to hit the like button. Please subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. We're always going to try and make this fun and informative. As always, thank you for your time. I'm Alan Barnes, and we will see you here again on GearGasms.